Before we get to the review, I want to let you know that there are affiliate links in the description below, and I do earn a commission when you use those links, but we got a cool win-win scenario that we're going to talk about later in this video. So a really great thing about this video is that by the end of it, I'm going to try to save you $524. And that is because the 5-year total cost of these services starts to look very different when you get past year 1. And we're going to get to that later in this video. So what I wanted to do is actually do an honest review and purchase an LLC from both of the services. So that is what we have done. We've purchased an LLC from both services, and I want to run them through a competition. So the details of this competition are right here. So we ordered both LLCs on March 19th of 2024. The state we ordered through was Colorado because they have a low state fee at $50. Both services, Zen Business and Busy, they offer a $0 plus state fee package, and then they have other packages that you can be upsold into. But you can see here I bought Busy at 9:28 a.m. and Zen Business at 10:06 a.m. So essentially about a half hour apart, and I purchased the cheapest possible package with no upsells. Now, the other thing that I did for this competition when I'm comparing these two services, I purposely misnamed the LLC when I was setting it up. So Busy was Serenity Yoga Studio, but then I reached out because I want to be Serenity Now Yoga Studio, and Zen Business was Man Hand Massage Therapy, and then I wanted it to be Man Hands Massage Therapy. So I did these things because what I wanted to end up doing is I wanted to be able to test support. Like, were they able to change the name of the LLC? Like, how long did that take for them to get back to me? How long did it actually take for the LLCs just to actually get created? Like, is there a difference if you're looking between these two services? How many upsells are there? Specifically, I'm talking about like once they get your email, are they respecting your inbox, or are they just kind of sending you a bunch of upsells? I want to talk about promotions available, and then also the actual true cost, which we're going to get to at the end of this video. So that one's really important because we're going to talk about what it costs not only today to get set up, is there any kind of hidden sneaky subscription fees? And then what does it look like 5 years out if you were to own and maintain this LLC through one of these services? So why don't we get into it? And first, let's talk about testing support. So we'll start with Zen Business and what I experienced here. We can zoom in a little bit and you can see that on Tuesday, March 19th at 1:59 p.m., so later in the day of ordering Man Hand massage therapy, I asked if we could change it to Man Hands. But the unfortunate part here was it took 2 full days, March 21st, to get a response. And the response I got from Zen Business was basically saying that due to unexpected increase in volume, our response time has been a bit longer than normal. Now, as far as response time, I did put 2 days to get an automated response. They were able to update the name, but I never actually got an email communication telling me that they did it. It was just when the LLC was done, I saw that it had the correct name. So 2 days for an automated response, and then never actually got a follow-up on when it was done, but they did actually take care of the issue. Now with Busy here, same thing, right? I got my order email here, came in 9:28 a.m. on March 19th, just saying, thank you, we've received it. And then what I did is I actually just replied to this email just saying, hey, can I change the name? What does that look like? That was at 1:32 p.m. later that day. 2 minutes later, I got the automated response just basically saying we have a support ticket for this. And then what I saw was 7 minutes later, a guy named Jose said, thank you for reaching out. You only have a few hours before you can submit the order. Please click on the following link to be able to do that. So they provided me the information that I needed within 7 minutes, where Zen Business, unfortunately, was 2 days for an automated response. The other thing that was nice too, with Busy, formerly known as InkFile, is in that email, they gave me the link right here to make the changes on my own. So I was able to do that right away. So I would say for the testing of support, Busy definitely came out ahead, and that was just due to the fact that Zen Business took a while to actually get back to me, and they never officially told me that they made the change. Now let's talk, how long did it actually take to order the LLC? Not actually order it, but have it completed by the two companies. And let's take a look at Zen Business first. So here you can see an email. I got this. This came in on March 26th, if we zoom in here, at 9:55 a.m. And this is notifying me that the LLC was done. So what that took was 6 days and 23 hours and 45 minutes to be exact. Now, if we take a look at Busy, it took 1 day, 4 hours and 43 minutes. Again, huge difference. We're talking about 6 days to 1 day turnaround time. Here you can see that my date ordered was March 19th, date shipped March 20th. I received a confirmation email on March 20th that my LLC was ready. So again, in this particular case, Busy was 5 days, 19 hours, and 6 minutes faster than Zen Business. I know, getting very into the specifics of this, but I want to be able to actually compete these two against each other and see how they stack up. So for upsells, basically what I wanted to look at was like, how many emails did I get from both brands purely trying to upsell me? Now, I'm not going to count an email that's saying, hey, your order was, here's your invoice or your order update and that kind of stuff. So Zen Business, again, here's a screenshot of my email. And this is in the first 23 days. What I received was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 emails from them, just clearly trying to upsell me one. The federal paperwork due one, that one's interesting because all the different services are really pushing that. What that is if you're curious, it's called BOI, and I'm just gonna put IRS in here. What we're looking at is the beneficial owners and documentation. So this is something that's new in 2024 where you have to file with the IRS, go through a process of telling them, hey, this is my LLC, this is what it's about, here's the members, all this information. You can do that pretty quick just by doing a Google search to say you want to file. Just because this is worth mentioning, because this could save you some money depending on which route you go into the future. All you do is you file a report using their system, and then it takes you through, you can file and then do it online, and you just answer questions about your LLC. So when you see that kind of coming up, that's what that's in reference to. But again, we have 3, 4, 5, 6 different emails. I mentioned that federal paperwork one because I think Zen Business is charging a pretty decent buck for that. I'll put it on the screen because I don't recall offhand, but I just want you to be aware of that. Now, with Busy, I got nothing. I was actually pretty surprised by this. It almost seems like bad marketing. So these are a couple support emails and then things just letting you know that it's been completed and ready. And again, that was in the first 23 days. I got 0 emails trying to push me into different products and services. So obviously the winner here is Busy. Now, when it comes to the promotions here, when you look at both services, it starts out at free plus state. So there's really no like promotion to get it any cheaper. Your state fee, you're going to pay that regardless. We chose to go through Colorado because it was one of the cheapest states in the country. But we do have this Fueling the Front Lines fundraiser that we do. So what that is when you set up an LLC through one of my affiliate links, we donate $20 to a charity called Crisis Services of Western New York. What you can see here is in the first quarter of 2024, we've been able to donate over $20,000. There's actually a screenshot here. Local Ventures is the name of my company. That's just one of the monthly donations. And I put that up there because I'm kind of cynical. If somebody says they're going to do something, I'm like, are you actually going to do it? And I think the internet's made me that way. But I just want to let you know that there's this win-win, that it's still the same price to you when you use our affiliate links in the description below. But we do make that donation on your behalf because this is a charity that's super important to me and very close to me. Now, what I want to talk about last here is the actual cost. Well, what I found here, and I didn't even bother blurring it out because I did tell you that we're working on reviews for every single service. What you're seeing here is the $50 state fee, and InkFile is what's going to show up on your credit card when you order through Busy. That's the original brand name. They rebranded to Busy because they're offering services on a wider range beyond just entity formation. And then here you see Zen Business as well for $50. The good thing here is I did not find any hidden subscription fees or anything like that. That's been a concern of Zen Business in the past. I think over time they've lowered their pricing and they've gotten rid of kind of the tricky subscription fees that they've done in the past. And what I wanted to talk about though right now is, what does the 5-year total cost look like? Well, that's a little bit different and it kind of depends. So with this link right here, this will be in the description as well. It's a LLC cost calculator that we've created. And let's say you were to go to Colorado. The way this works is the top column here shows you what the 1-year total cost would be and the 5-year total cost. And this is assuming that you use their registered agent service and that you use them to renew your LLC. So you can see Busy here, $1,071, and Zen Business would be $1,595. So why is it that it's almost $500 more to use Zen Business over Busy? Well, what that comes down to is your state fees and annual fees and stuff like that. This is all the same regardless of what service you use. But when you get into recurring fees, let's say that you want an annual report filing. What that is every year, or it could be every other year, depending on your state, you have to file an annual report with your state. Well, you can use these services to file it on your behalf if you're worried about getting the paperwork right. With Busy, that's $99. Zen Business, it's only $1 more. But a registered agent, This is a third party that handles important documentation and communication for your business. With Busy, they offer that for free for the first year and $119 annually after that. But Zen Business, that service is $199 every single year for all 5 years. So that's where you really see a big difference between these two services, is if you get into using their registered agent service, it's going to be more expensive with Zen Business over Busy. So we have to declare a winner, which is pretty obvious. My experience between the two is Busy won on every single test that I gave it, but you may still be curious about the service. What I'll have on the screen right here is a walkthrough of the back-end dashboard. What does it actually look like post-purchase? And beneath that, if you want to see how Busy stacks up against the top 7 LLC services, we're going to do a master review. And again, this is actually going through and buying an LLC with each service. So I'll catch you in those next videos. And again, thank you for using our links in the description below.